everybody. Happy Xbox Developer Direct Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very special version of X Vlog Live. Of course, I'm your host, Mr. BoomStick XL. Don't worry, folks. We're going to put up the countdown screen in a second. Once, there's an error, so we'll figure out what's going on over there. But hey, listen, we're back. It is the Xbox Developer Direct Day. It is time to get excited, ladies and gentlemen, because quite frankly, there is a lot to get excited about. We will get into why we're excited. The panel is stacked. We are going to slowly get people in here. The Xbox event is starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here 30 minutes before to kind of just chat it up a bit, welcoming everybody, kind of gather the masses to check it out. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be live streaming. If you decide to choose Double Barrel Gaming, and because you like the hosts or you like the panel, we definitely appreciate you taking the time to choose us. Because again, there's a lot of people that are live streaming, and a lot of my friends are live streaming. So I suggest trying to piecemeal it, make a visit to everybody. That would be awesome. But listen, we want to introduce some of the panel so far, and this is a gentleman that helped me launch the Xbox Factor podcast 7 years ago. He shows up for the big shows. The Welsh Gamer. Welcome back, brother. Nice to have you here.
No, Boom. Thank you so much for the invite, man. I'm proper stoked for this show, honestly, man. I can't the games that we know are coming. I can't wait to see, but the ones that are the big old question mark mystery, and I'm just a sucker. I just love games. Like any games, I just can't wait to see some new stuff. But I do want to take this opportunity to say that I'm really proud of you and how far you've come with this channel, man. I was only saying to my friend in an Xbox party the other day, because he'd heard of you, but he hadn't seen much of your stuff. And I was like, dude, this guy is as raw, as real, and as genuine of a human being as you can possibly get. The fact that you don't have 1 million subscribers yet is criminal. It is criminal. But don't worry, because it's coming. It'll happen eventually. And when it does, I'll be glad that I was associated with you, because you're a lovely human being, Boom, and you're one of the real ones. So I'm proud of you, brother.
That is very kind of you to say. Yes, I'm blushing a bit, so thank you so much for the very kind words.
I told you I'd get you to blush. I told you.
We enjoy the grassroots aspect of building the channel, right? We're doing it right. Yes, sometimes do we get slanderous. Yes, sometimes do we poke fun at PlayStation, sure, but we don't use it as rhetoric, right? Like, you come to the show, and Mrs. Boom and I go out of our way to put on these shows so that they're fun. Right? The world is not that great right now in a lot of places for a lot of reasons. And the last thing that we want to do is help that kind of that stigma, if you will, grow. So we keep it fresh. We keep it fun. We talk about gaming. And listen, we'll eventually continue to grow. Folks, we are officially, I think, 327. I know it sounds ridiculous, like an exact number from 16K. And in one of the videos that I just did, the Ninja Gaiden video, it hit 10K, which is bonkers for the small channel. And we wound up getting almost 70 new subscribers from that alone, which is great. But listen, we're here to have fun. There is a lot of rumors of how many games. The running rumor is 9, which I think is unbelievable. We know that there's going to be at least 4, potentially 5 or 6, and maybe more. But Korkenstein, welcome back, brother. Nice to have you here.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's been great. I'm so excited for this. I mean, the different rumors and stuff I've heard about this. I mean, granted, they're just rumors, but I mean, if even half of them are true, this is going to be almost showcase level kind of correct. So I'm very, very excited for what they've got and to see what they've been cooking, especially South of Midnight. Just everything about that game just looks amazing, and I have a feeling it's very close to release, hopefully. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Again, the panel is slowly filing in, and of course, not to be outdone himself, who was with us last night on Primetime Gaming and kind of just dropped a crispy rant live on the air, as he's known for. Crispy Bomb, what's up, brother? Welcome back.
Yeah, I was figuring out. I was like, what's going on here? I think my internet kind of chilled out for a second, but I'm here, and hopefully we get some good surprises, because we definitely speculated these past couple weeks already. So I think there's many possibilities, and can't wait to get into it and see what they got.
Well, listen, folks, just to kind of give you the TLDR of how this show is going to run, we're obviously going to be hot mic'd. So we're going to be reacting live. Now, you see the screen, it's full screen, but it's not really full screen. So what I'm going to do is I just kind of want to, I want to do a quick poll. I don't have the poll set up on YouTube, so I'll just get your thoughts and your theories. Do you want us on the screen and it to stay like this, or do you want a full screen vision of what's happening? Let me know what your thoughts are. And of course, if the majority of people want the full screen, what we'll do is we'll be in the background. You just won't see us. And then, of course, once the show is done, we'll spend about 30 minutes reacting to exactly what happened. Hopefully, there's a lot to get excited about, but yeah, so Mass Hole is saying full screen. Yeah, so of course, all right. So, I figured as much, and that's what the running narrative is. So for now, we have 22 minutes and 30 seconds until the show starts. So you're going to see us. When the show goes live, I'm going to bring it right to this version. And of course, I will take away, the media part, and you'll get a full screen, folks. But you'll be able to hear us. You just won't be able to see us. So for now, I'll
be able to pick my nose and no one can see it.
No one can see it. There you go.
No, yeah, get in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a big one. Sorry, carry on.
That's the guy. I love it. But yeah, I mean, listen, folks, I got to tell you, Xbox has been through it as a brand. You can go all the way back to the Xbox One launch in 2013. They made, and again, it's funny, you talk about 2013, everyone immediately equates that as bad, like all, bad messaging. And yeah, it was bad leadership, bad messaging for sure, but no one ever gives them credit for how amazing their launch lineup was. Probably the only launch lineup that I could recall that was better than that was the Xbox 360 and the Dreamcast in 1999. Like the Dreamcast, to me, is probably the tip of spear in like launch lineups. I think they had like 31 games. It's just ridiculous. And I bought every one of them. But what Xbox has been able to do, and listen, folks, we know that they don't sell a lot of consoles, right? Every generation they've gone down in consoles. And Sony seems to be putting in some good work. Nintendo, obviously they had great success with the Wii. They failed with the Wii U. They once again succeeded with the Switch. And well, here we are in 2025. And I got to tell you, man, if as exciting as the Switch 2 and the new games are, and we're all excited, Nintendo is just going to be what we thought that they were, which is great, right? But when you look at the two companies, and this is not being slanderous, this is just looking at the field, Welsh Gamer, Sony is in a decline. Now, maybe they're not declining in console sales, but they are declining in everything else. And the one thing that was made very apparent by the press and by gamers across the land is that the games mattered. And right now, the games are on Xbox. And more so, and I think this is even more insane, is not only are they on Xbox, but a lot of those Xbox games will be going to Switch 2 and to PlayStation 5. And like I said, we're in a bit of a topsy-turvy world. I will say that I know I got messages even when I was reading this morning that Xbox somehow is burning and on fire, which is a preposterous way of thinking of, considering they're making money hand over fist on almost everything that they put out. Well, this is the start of something for 2025 that I think is going to cement what Xbox as first party is going to be doing for its Game Pass subscribers moving forward, and it is an onslaught of games.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. Shameless plug. I've recently started doing some YouTube videos, and one of my most recent videos, I actually talked about Xbox's plan for the future. And I think Xbox are in a very unique and very strong position moving forward, because when it comes to like the digital market, the technological landscape and the direction that it's going in, I think Xbox are putting a very firm foot down and in the direction they intend to go in. And that's like basically completely expanding their player pool. And and even like the devices in which you can play on it, I think it's going to go so far beyond even just PS, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Like PC, PC, tablet, phone, smart TV. I mean, and then there's their handheld that they're working on. I just think that they're expanding the player pool, and with all these games that are coming, Boom. Oh my God! I mean, let's just talk about the games for a moment. Like, and this is just what we know that's coming. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just going to be inundated with content, and frankly, for one, I hope that every person that can get their hands on these games, it's more money in the back pocket of Microsoft, which equals more games for us. So it is honestly, from whatever angle you come at it, like full circle, it don't matter what angle you come at it, it is a good time to be an Xbox fan. If you're a fan of the ecosystem, fan of the games they publish, fan of their platform, fan of whatever they're doing, don't matter what angle you're coming at it, Boom, it's exciting times, and I can't wait for it.
Great points all around, and no shameless plug, because there's no shame in putting out your channel, and we're going to talk more about it towards the end of the show, where we can get people to not only subscribe to you but check out your newfound interest in returning to game conversation, and we're very much happy that is a thing, because you are a vital part of one of the biggest shows that I do, which is the Xbox Factor podcast. But Korkenstein, Welsh, I think we put it down in I think the most perfect way possible. No matter what angle you come at, Xbox is going to be delivering. Now, if you are a PlayStation gamer, and we saw some of the articles from the press, I refuse to buy Indiana Jones until it comes to PlayStation. Okay, that's not a problem. It's a bit shocking that would come from a journalist and he'd put that on print, but I get it. You're a PlayStation fan. You're entitled to your opinion. Go ahead and buy it for $76.43. Hopefully you buy the $100 edition. And every time someone from PlayStation or Nintendo invests in an Xbox game, Microsoft retains 70% of the of that sale. 30% goes to the platform holder. And I think it's safe to assume, or even say, that is reinvestment into the Xbox brand, whether that be the handheld development, the next 3 console developments, or Xbox Game Pass inclusion, meaning that they're going to add more to the already $1 billion a year that they spend to fund and funnel their service, not including, of course, the first-party games that are in there day and date. I think Xbox, out of the 3 bigs, is the one that's winning the most. They are the ones that are in the lead, maybe not on paper as of yet, but they do seem to be ahead of the curve on many things. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole strategy that Xbox has been kind of pushing for, the last few years now. I mean, Phil even said it a few years ago, when everyone plays, everybody wins kind of thing. That's been the messaging. And with Xbox moving forward with some of their multi-platform stuff, it's just a no-brainer, especially in this industry. I mean, you have Matt Piscatella, who's a professional in his field, about sales and things like that, and he's even showing that single player games are kind of struggling right now. Live service is taking over, and when you have such high development costs associated now with some of these single player games, you just can't lock it behind one ecosystem. It's just been something, and I think Xbox has been seeing that, and this is a company that has really strived on and held live service and subscriptions and things like that, versus doubling down heavily on exclusivity and those kinds of things. I mean, that was a running narrative. I mean, that was like, I don't know, the second or third time Xbox was supposedly dead, that Xbox has no games. But I mean, they did, and it's shown that years have gone by and they've consistently raised their MAUs, they've raised their revenue, they've done things, and it's because they're getting ahead of where the market eventually is going, and that's multi-platform. Eventually PlayStation's gonna have to do it. Like I've said, I think last Friday, Nintendo can hold out because their dev costs are very low. They don't have mocap in a lot of their games. They don't have voice acting. They're not pushing their hardware. They're not putting 4090s in their Nintendo Pros or whatever. Sorry, that was a little jab on the PlayStation Pro. But yeah, they're not doing stuff like that. Their graphics aren't, Cyberpunk 2077. They're not heavy like games. So their development costs, and they usually contract out a bit more, things like that. So Nintendo's always going to be in a great spot. But you never know. It could just be for some unknown reason if the Switch 2 doesn't take off, or I can't ever see that not happening. But they're, they were before the Switch, it was what, the Wii U, and that tanked horribly. They were kind of in a pickle. Luckily they were able to pick it back up with the Switch. But with that said, this is the way forward. Get used to having games everywhere. I mean, they'll also have some stuff where, it is exclusive. You have to have some sort of exclusivity to an extent. But if you want to make revenue, you want to make money, you want to keep going, and you want to be a business in the gaming industry with these rising dev costs, you can't lock behind one ecosystem. And that's the way Xbox is going. And I'm pretty sure we might even see some multi-platform stuff here. Who knows? We saw it last one with Indiana Jones. I wouldn't be surprised. And, I would take it the usual bad faith suspects are, going to blow it out of proportion. But it's a good thing, not only for consumers, but the industry.
Well, I mean, listen, and I said this, and I've got a lot of pushback on this, Crispy. PlayStation finds themselves in a position behind an 8 ball when it comes to first party. They've had the worst 24 months any one developer has had since Xbox, stepped on the landmine in 2013, and the Wii U kind of pooped the bed. They have failed in investment. They have failed in technology that they tried to push in regards to the VR 2.0 that basically imploded. The handheld that they have is fine. I own one. It's great, but it is very limited. There's no big, massive push for those because Sony isn't talking about it. We can bring up Concord. You can bring up the Bungie investment. You can bring up some of the smaller studios that they bought that have not delivered. They are in a position where they are shedding the skin of elder leadership. Shuhei Yoshida, a gem of a man, a gem of the industry, is gone. Ted Price announced that he was gone. Let's get your thoughts on to some of the talk in the chat about how Xbox being in third place is somehow a bad thing and that they're not delivering for the industry, because this show is going to levy a couple of games like Doom that are going to find their way to PlayStation 5. And if it wasn't for Indiana Jones, Call of Duty, the Outer Worlds 2, and of course, Doom, the next Doom, what does PlayStation actually really have this year? Well, it's just one or two games. So what are your thoughts, man?
Well, I mean, I guess we're not allowed to talk about this because I've seen people trying to, say, oh, you're just fanboying out. And I say, okay, well, why don't you read the tea leaves? I mean, we used to talk smack about having no games over here, right? So doesn't that give me the right to say the same thing about PlayStation? You're not making me want to buy the console. Okay. Like I owned multiple PlayStations over my lifetime for 10 plus years and only played those. All right. And this is where I go and say, like, Xbox, and just if you just look at the direct and probably the questionable, the games that are the question that could be there, could not be there, you see the variety. You know what I'm saying? And I think the variety is going to supersede all the other BS. And even the going to PlayStation, there's going to be games that go to PlayStation. There's going to be games as they say, hey, it may never happen, it might happen. They're gonna play a game. Either that, or they're gonna come out and say, okay, legacy titles, Doom. They might even say Elder Scrolls at some point. Yeah, they're going to go over because they've released on those platforms and it's just not right. And also it's making them money quietly. But in logic, is it right or is it not? I mean, that's a debate to have, but that doesn't mean that it's not right. You know what I'm saying? So like being in that general realm, like, yeah, you could have the argument about Hi-Fi Rush all day because it was a new IP. That doesn't mean they're going to continue to do that. They didn't see the sales, and it also, divided the community, especially about that particular game. Why continue to do it? But that's where you say, like, Microsoft has analytics beyond many companies. I mean, Sony has no analytics compared to Microsoft. You know what I mean? They have Windows there. They can probably search anything for all we know and see what the engagement is on a certain thing. And we don't know. And they're probably never going to tell us those analytics, but it's there because they're such a huge company for a reason. They have Windows. Okay. And now, going into the possibility of having a gaming console that is basically linked with Windows that is able to play other games like on Steam and stuff like that. That possibility, and it might be up there like $800 box, and you might get the handheld that is powerful enough, like a Series X power. You know what I mean? That's in a handheld, and in their eyes, we're gonna every analytic person that's gonna be like, oh, it's never gonna happen, and this and that. Well, we'll see what the Switch 2 is capable of because they really didn't give us any specs. You know what I'm saying? So, and there is a partnership there with Nintendo. I mean, people forget that. Like, Phil went there, shook hands, they said, hey, like, like they want to release their games on a Nintendo because Nintendo has such a high player base. And that's what we always say, that they live on their hill. And they're great at it, and they do their great things.
Nintendo's
and like
Nintendo, as they say.
And Korkenstein said, like, dude, like their dev costs are very low. I mean, they do rehash games, like in a way, but also like, I mean, what they showed, that little snippet of Mario Kart, that's not the Mario Kart I grew up with. So I gotta say, it looked really good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here like, hey, like hate everything, hate PlayStation for what they're going through right now. We went through it, people. Yep. We did. Okay. And we are, me and Boom are like the worst because we've been wrong. This is the year. This is the year. Okay.
Many of us have actually said that, Crispy. And well, this is now we can say with full authority that this in fact is the year. But Crispy, I'm going to cut you short, brother, because I just want to introduce Hargeet and Infinite. We are 5 minutes and 42 seconds away. Six Eye in the chat seems to think that because Xbox is becoming an EA or a Capcom because they're going third party, which they everyone is going to be going third party at some point, is a bad thing. If you're making money everywhere, and PlayStation is making money on two places, meaning PC and PlayStation, I thought money was important because that's a lot of your fan base said that money matters. Who makes the most money here? That'd be Xbox. Xbox is actually making more money than Windows, and you can go look that up yourself. You can also take it to the bank that you're paying $76.43 for the Indiana Jones. Enjoy the game. In fact, I suggest you should probably buy the $100 edition 6i. I didn't have to though because I have it in my service, and I just paid the $30 to upgrade. So I mean, really, who's winning? I mean, you're playing the game, you won, but if you're talking about how much money you spent versus what I spent and what I get, I think you lost, brother. But Hargeet, how you doing, brother?
If I may add, go on.
No, add your thought.
Go ahead.
All I was going to say is like this discussion about like where the exclusives are going, blah blah blah. As the way I see it, and I'll be as quickly as possible, is like Xbox Game Pass, which is a built-in service within the ecosystem of Xbox, is in essence our exclusive sort of like, I don't know, pedestal, if you will, because whereas every other platform on the planet has to pay full price, we get it day one on Game Pass. So while it's not like exclusives like in the traditional sense, but still we as the Xbox adopter, the ones who are fans of the platform, the system, the ecosystem, like firsthand, we get the biggest perks through Game Pass. So I still see it as a huge win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Sorry.
Yeah, good point. Hargeet, welcome back, brother. We hung out last night, had a real good conversation. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. A couple of minutes left.
Yes,
Till the
3
development
minutes,
direct.
24 seconds to kick off, and we're going to go full screen, so you're not going to see our beautiful faces until after the show ends, but you will get the full screen, or the full Monty, if you will. And then, I don't know if we want to do the full Monty live on the screen, if we want to not go to jail, but Infinite Umbro, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Hey, Boom. Good morning, guys. Good morning, fellas. Hey, give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got on a phone call as I waited. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning, panel. Man, we're 2 minutes away, 3 minutes away from the show.
Yeah, just a pinch under 3 minutes. Yeah, and it's again, I don't know whether you guys and gals got a chance to see it. Aaron Greenberg, Mr. Temper Expectations, did not temper expectations this time around. As a matter of fact, he said in a tweet, "Don't be late," meaning that this thing could open up with an announcement, and that would be pretty damn good. And we're going to know in 2 minutes and 22 seconds, folks. Again, what's going to happen is I'm going to blow it up on full screen for you. We're going to let the sound go. You're going to hear everything that we're hearing. You're not going to see us reacting until after the show, and then, of course, we'll do the full screen panel because there'll be nothing playing in the background, and we'll give our thoughts, our theories, our excitements. Were we disappointed? But again, it's going to be fun. 2 minutes, folks. Under 2 minutes. Great to have everybody here. This is the biggest panel we put together in a while, so it's great to have everybody here. And this is a celebration of Xbox gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you're going to see is going to be in Xbox Game Pass. It's usually that's how it's set up. I don't know if the Final Fantasy VII remake and 16 rumors are true, and whether or not those show up, and those show up in Xbox Game Pass. That would be massive if they worked out a deal. But we will see. We're going to learn in just under a minute and 20. But yeah, it is time to get hyped. Prince Green, what's going on, brother? Great to have you here, everybody. Normally I like to introduce everybody. Say hello to everybody. We already got 430 people here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are just about a minute away from kickoff. So, of course, I'm going to just now blow up the screen here so you guys and gals can see it. And I'm going to just bring up the sound. Let me just do that.
I can pick my nose now.
Yes, you can, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there we go.
This is exciting.
44 seconds to kick off. I am very excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to choose Double Barrel Gaming as your place to watch this. Again, there are a lot of amazing content creators who are doing this live as well. We're not the only ones, and I, of course, ask that you go and you check out their live streams as well, because, of course, a lot of those people that are doing streams are friends of mine personally. But here we go. 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if they're going to shadow drop a game today like they did last year.
Here we go.
Oh, they already threw that out there.
All right, here we go.
That's awesome. Play anywhere for all the games shown today.
Love it. Here we go.
Oh, they're starting off like Aaron Greenberg said.
Holy shit!
Oh yes, that is Team Ninja's logo. That's Team Ninja.
Oh, it's definitely Team Ninja.
Yes.
Damn.
Ah!
Oh,
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームズチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Oh shit, here we go.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja.
Yes!
However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
I'm loving the gore.
Yes.
Oh wow.
You're open.
Wow.
Weak.
This is it. Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here. So you've come, Raven.
Fuck off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
Wow. Ninja Gaiden.
Damn.
Good start, man.
My boy Ryu, I saw that Izuna
10
drop.
年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として、忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。
Wow.
プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人、ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で、竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。
You get to play
なぜヤクモと
both of
戦う
them.
ことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、はやぶさと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として 呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京は、とある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを、リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
新しい主人公のヤクモは、竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者外伝シリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは、荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や、現世に蔓延する人ならざる者、妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また、現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらに、ヤクモが使える新要素、結節にヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃により、これまで大きく進化した一体化の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型では、これまでの忍者外伝にはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん、1対1の戦闘における比率付きも健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって、忍者外伝のアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは、竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者外伝らしさを感じていただけると思います。例えば、カラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて、敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや、滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などは、もちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサは、それぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、様々な戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で、飛燕、伊豆名落としなど、シリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ、新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者外伝にご期待ください。忍者外伝シリーズに色濃く残っている歯応えやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく、総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にも、フェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者外伝を触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、 忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Man, that
All
thing is
25. Oh
insane.
my God.
Xbox Game
本
Studios.
日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらを
Drops this
ご覧く
year
ださい。
and on Game Pass.
And it's being published by Xbox.
Major W.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to play anywhere.
Nimpo.
We making Unreal 5?
Is this the collection game they were talking about before on Twitter, I think? Just bringing
Yeah.
a collection of past games, right?
Yeah, into Unreal 5 it looks like.
Oh, they're speaking to my heart.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
It looks as amazing. You know, being honest, it looked so good before that I don't think Unreal Engine 5 even needed to be used, but hey.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Far be it for me to look at get towards the mouth.
Genshin.
I wonder if this would be a shadow drop.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Whoa!
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブサに加え、アヤネ、モミジ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日、コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も、忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
It looks brand new.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Oh my
今年はチーム
God.
忍者創
No
立30周年の節目であり、
freaking
本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイ
Hard
デ
to
ン
believe that came out in
2025
2008.
年は忍者の
That's
年、
insane.
イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
Wow, guys. What a
Cool.
way to open the show. Unreal Engine 5 Umbra.
And
You got my attention, Xbox. You got my attention.
Oh, Unreal, how I love thee.
and that was so fast. I got 4 eyes and I had a hard time following the action.
I did too.
Xbox is so back, ladies and gentlemen. My God.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters
This game
bring a
looks
folklore
gorgeous.
Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. while you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Oh, no. Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality. The grand tap.
What happened?
Is your stream not working?
It's loading. What the? Oh, here we go.
Weavers can see the
Yeah, I still got
fabric
mine going.
binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Oh, here we go. What is happening?
The manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each haint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, put them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining your abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize. The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and hate-blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody compulsion signature style, but this time we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We are lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th and pre-orders are now available on Xbox.
Dude, that game looks so good. I can't tell you how interested I am in that game.
Wow,
I love the art style.
Insanely
I cannot wait for that one. Just so unique looking.
Yeah. This has been one heck of a show so far.
Yeah, a lot of variety. Yeah, this game looks amazing.
Just the UI elements alone are just gorgeous.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in the fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leverage the latest tech, refresh the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Central Interactive on these tenets: a group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story, developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences. I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets. The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Gestrol, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Gestrols across the game.
Bonjour.
And of course, there is Estier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eske is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based sim takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Miles switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Miles the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in the skill tree and hundreds of passive effects. They can gain through Lumina and weapons, so there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
This game is absolutely amazing.
I'm not usually into turn-based, but that one looks fun, man.
I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the jelly is an early in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestral village is hidden inside the idea were vibrant and sensible. I designed it as a vibrant place.
What is happening with this stream? Like, I don't think that's me. I think that's on them.
Yeah, they might have to clean that up.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's on them. That's on YouTube. Let me fuck.
I'm watching it also on a 4K stream on the phone because the Galaxy.
I'm watching
playing
it
pretty flawlessly for me.
Yeah, I can't have the sound on, but it's looking really good on my 4K TV right now.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna.
Real challenge to
Are you on the
both
official Xbox
artistically
channel?
And
yeah.
And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around.
Here we go.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already receive the game and follow us for more info.
We are
Holy
super excited to
freaking
invite
cow.
you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre.
Wow, so double
On behalf of
April
everyone at
release
Sunfall,
dates. That's
thank you
insane.
for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain comes. I don't know what they're saying, but tomorrow comes. I know that.
Yes.
April 24th.
Wow, guys. What a show so far. Again, apologies for the seconds of hiccup that we had. That I had the same issue on I'm watching it on my phone and it stuttered the same way, which again, I don't get it, but I'm glad that everything is now working.
You have to say Expedition 33 looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, man.
Just gorgeous.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
This game looks so good.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's so brutal.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia.
That's so cool.
Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
Oh, I love standing fight.
This is crazy. This is so freaking
And
good.
the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system, all on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger. That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell.
Wow.
That skull gun looks so much fun.
Statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
This looks...
That's bombastic.
What?
I love the addition of period and all that with it. With the demon slaying Captain America.
I was just going to say the same.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
Oh, that's
You
cool,
can
dude.
slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech.
Jesus.
It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntlet of fists. And if that wasn't
You had
enough,
me at
we
mech.
also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting, cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game, where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
There we go. May. May. Wow. May 15th was correct. That leak. Wow.
Nice. Man, who'd have thought just bringing a shield into that game would just change it? It's just blown it up.
Yeah.
Can I move?
Let's see if they do a. But wait, there's one more.
But wait, there's
like the
more.
super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Azel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system has a real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Yeah, this feels like if that's it.
Yeah. That's everything.
All right.
Nice.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just close out the screen. Now that's it, right? It's over. Are we sure?
I believe that is over.
I don't want to shut it down until because it's still blinking. So I want to just hold on a second now, because you know they're funny like that.
It'd be hilarious if they like. Thanks for watching. Everybody tunes out like 10 minutes later. Oh, and one more thing.
One more thing.
Oh, just wait. There's more.
All right. So you know what? Let's close out the small. Let's bring it up forever. You can see everyone. All right. So, good gentlemen, we're gonna react. So I'm gonna shut it down because that's it. Okay. So here we go. I'm taking a breath. Here we go. All right. So wow. Ladies and gentlemen.
Games.
There it is. There was the Xbox Developers Direct. Now, again, there's been a lot of talk of, there was some thoughts and theories of extra games being there. The one extra game we had reported on this channel earlier last week turned out to be absolutely correct. So shout out to my connection that reached out and confirmed that it was Ninja Gaiden. I'm going to tell you this right now. We did get 5 games, technically, because Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass today. I don't know if that's a multi-plat. I don't know but 4 is interesting because it's Xbox Game Studio.
I believe it is. I'm looking at some of the posts. It's multi-plat. So
So is the other Ninja Gaiden 4. That's also
so that's multi-plat as well. All right, so great. So now the question that they didn't answer, and maybe that we didn't ask, is whether or not Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be in Game Pass.
It is. It is.
It is. There you go. So that is freaking awesome. So it's a multi-plat.
Yeah.
So congratulations to everyone.
Yeah. No, I said it did say at the very beginning, it said everything you're about to see will be day one on Game Pass.
Okay, I did. You know what? Then I did miss it, but that's good to know. So there you go. So we did get 5 games. The Ninja Gaiden 4 was a big surprise. The fact that you're gonna, it almost feels like Metal Gear Solid 2, where you do have Snake there, but there's a new ninja, just like there was a new hero. It does appear though that you're going to be playing both Ryu Hayabusa and the new character, which seems dope. Again, the big surprise, and again, the 5th game was, of course, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Expedition 33 looked absolutely astounding. And you know what's interesting? We got a chance to see a lot of South of Midnight, and that presentation completely blew me away. I think that changed hearts and minds about that game. That game looks absolutely phenomenal. Doom is exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah,
we got to start getting some reactions. So let's go around the room here. Hargeet, let's start with you, brother. What are your thoughts? Is this a giant W for Xbox and its community?
How could it not be? How could it not be? It started with freaking Ninja Gaiden. Like, that was crazy. By the way, I decided to have the stream running separately as well, and it was flawless for me. So I don't know if there's something going on with your computer or your internet or something, but whatever it was, I was running at 4K. It was flawless for me.
Okay.
But my goodness, it starts out massive, awesome Ninja Gaiden. That looks really good. And then it has the surprise shadow drop of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. That was that was freaking
in
awesome.
Unreal Engine 5. Basically, they remade the entire game.
Yep. And
that's amazing.
And that's coming out in the fall, and all of it's to Game Pass. That was fantastic right up front. That's all cross entitlement, all in Game Pass, which is fantastic. You buy it on PC or Xbox, you have it on both, which is also great stuff. Like, great, right? So, but yeah, in Game Pass day and date, you get Ninja Gaiden, and then Ninja Gaiden 2 remaster or remake. I guess you can call it a remake, right? Because they kind of redid all of it. But that was fantastic, to start. And then you had South of Midnight. Again, even more stuff than we saw before, right? We had so much already come out, even more stuff than we saw before. And then they went into Expedition 33, which is looking just better and better. And then, finishing it off with Doom. Fantastic. And this is just the first few months, right?
Yeah.
We get, Ninja Gaiden out in fall, but we got a Ninja Gaiden today.
Yeah.
We get 2 games in April. We have Avowed coming in February. And then we have Doom officially May 15 now, right? So fantastic. Yes, many of those are going to other platforms. Who cares? We get them in Game Pass. Mandate.
Yeah.
And they look fantastic. And look, so great show. And again, this is not the showcase for the year. That is yet to come. This is just telling you about the games that are releasing imminently. We still have more games. Outer Worlds 2, Fable, Call of Duty still to come. Many other, I'm sure, surprises, right? We still haven't talked about Towerborn coming, Contraband, all sorts of other games, right? That's just a preview of the first few months of the year for Xbox. That's what you're getting. Fantastic. Fantastic. And just remember what this is. It's just the Dev Direct for a few games that are coming. There's going to be more stuff. I can't wait for June Showcase if that's what they have here.
I'm
They
here.
held Ninja Gaiden for a Dev Direct.
Right.
2 Ninja Gaidens, mind
2
you.
of
I
them.
mean,
And they brought platinum games in there, dude. Isn't that weird?
Such a smart idea, though.
that is smart. Yeah, because they
It's almost like Phil was like, "Hey, like guys, like you screwed up. Can you do what I want?" Because I feel like Phil really wanted this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Ninja Gaiden needs to happen. That's Phil's mentality. Like can you do this for me? And I think they did.
Not that I want to poo-poo the other side, but like Phantom Blade Zero is looking good. It's looking good, right? Is that going to be better than Ninja Gaiden?
I don't
we'll
know.
See.
I
See.
don't know.
But Ninja
But
Gaiden is Ninja Gaiden.
Doubtful,
You just
but
got
yeah.
Toom.
I'm
Again,
excited for both. I'll say that, but I'm super excited for Ninja Gaiden.
You know,
Right,
Umbra,
so-
let's bring in. Okay, obviously Ninja Gaiden Black redone in Unreal Engine 5. Ninja Gaiden 4 being done in Unreal Engine 5. What we saw looked astounding. You must be tickled pink, but overall, this is a giant W for Xbox gamers, and I think we can all say that with full authority because every one of these games are not only play anywhere. They are in Xbox Game Pass. There are cross dual entitlements. This is a giant win. This is the kind of excitement that even if you are on PlayStation, I don't know how you can downplay this. As a matter of fact, you might look over and be like, you know what? I have a PC. My PC can run this. I think now is the time to jump into Xbox Game Pass because of these types of experiences. Everyone on display here today were AAA bombs. All Game Pass day one. Let's get your thoughts on the show.
All Unreal Engine. All of them.
Well, I mean, is Doom
not Doom.
Unreal Engine?
Well,
is
Doom.
Tech.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, Doom wasn't, but it may as well be. Doom slipped. Well, it's using one of the best engines in the gaming world with id Tech. So hey, it's just second under Unreal. How about that? But no, I mean, the games all look phenomenal. Anybody watching this, because I know there was some of our hooligans in the main chat of the Xbox channel trying to throw out a few L's, but they got drowned out by everybody else.
They should.
Yeah. You clop back to your stable. You know this looks good, and I mean, we heard about the Ninja Gaiden supposedly dropping. I didn't know if it was going to be a next sequel like part 4. I see the horses, Hergit. I see them. They're stirring over there. Look at that one over there. Back there is mad. But
sorry, what the fuck?
Wilbur.
Who let the pony out? Jesus Christ! No, go carry on.
But it's a crazy thing because we heard about it and we're thinking, man, I'm thinking in my head at least. Wait a minute, is it that new one they're talking about, the 2D version? Maybe that's where my thought went. Boom, if you remember me asking, and I was like, no, they're saying that allegedly it's the full sequel. And I'm like, I gotta see now because my thought went to we don't have that same team in place with Team Ninja anymore. We didn't have Itagaki there anymore, and I'm going to be extra.
I love the ponies.
Yeah.
Love the ponies.
And then we didn't have Itagaki. That was my worry. Like we don't have Itagaki and his team who made the classics, right? So to see Platinum Games used here. By the way, and a lot of people might feel away because of Platinum Games history. This is not with my man. What's his name?
The
guy.
Yeah, he's gone from the studio. You're talking about the guy that just left it. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Kamiya? Is that
Kamiya?
Platinum?
Thank you. That's it. Kamiya. Yeah. Kamiya has left. So I think he took a lot of that negativity with him that people held for Platinum, because a lot of people held on to that because of how he would talk to fans and how he would talk to
kind of a bit of a
Japanese
racist a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
He would tell you if you didn't talk Japanese, he was blocking you.
People, what do you call them, roaches or something like that? If you
he
Japanese.
did.
So
He did.
yeah, I can see why people held on resentment for that, and also the shadiness they pulled with Scalebound. So a lot of that I think is out of the window with him gone. So to me, Platinum Games, this is to me an essence of what they can turn around with right now. This is funded by Xbox.
Yep.
So in essence, it's a funded. I don't know if we would classify it as first party. I so wish they would.
It's published.
It's published by Xbox.
Yeah, it's published by Xbox. Yeah. So technically, it's first party, but it's a multi-plat. Which again, this is people don't get in your feelings over it. This is where they're moving. All you should care about, and I do want to kind of just put this front and center, is that you're getting this in your service day one.
Day and date.
You just got an Unreal Engine 5 version of one of the best ninja action games since Ninja Gaiden Black on the OG Xbox in your service today. That is what you should focus on. But please continue, sir.
I mean, and also we got part 4 coming later this year.
Yep.
Crazy show. I was so hyped from Ninja Gaiden, and I barely paid attention to everything else that was shown. I'm being honest. I was still like kind of researching and looking through it and flying through Twitter as it happened. But taking a glance at everything else that was shown, South of Midnight looks great. That's April 8th right there. Look at the cadence we got now, right? We got Avowed. We got that's coming next month. You got April 8th for
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm getting old age, I guess. April 24th is for Expedition 33, which looks phenomenal. I love the style of everything in that. It's actually much more expansive than I thought it would have been. It looked like it was more linear at first.
Yep.
Until we saw this right here. Now it's like, oh, okay, you got a good amount to do in that. And then you're seeing also, what was it for Doom is May 15th. And all of them just look phenomenal. If you're talking about having one of those AAA bangers that look phenomenal, that play phenomenal, you can't ask for much more than what we got here, honestly. And we got so much more coming this year. Again, you still have Avowed, we still have Outer Worlds 2, like you said earlier, coming. Supposedly Fable. I still have a little feeling in my heart that feels like it might slip into 2026, but it supposedly have Fable this year. It's a crazy good year for Xbox.
I mean, there were a couple of rumors, right?
Yeah.
There's the Fallout 3 remake that we know that is in development.
Remake.
There's the Oblivion Unreal Engine 5 right up your alley. There is the potential of an imminent announcement for Final Fantasy VII remake and Final Fantasy 16 for Xbox. I mean, wow. Look, I'll put it to this way. This show hit like a ton of bricks. Not one game that was shown disappointed, and we got the 5th magical shadow drop. And of course, it's perfect because it's a ninja game that shadow dropped into your service.
Right.
It is perfect. I mean, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is talk about a way to start off the year for Xbox, right? Like this is we are close to closing out January, which can't believe that we just celebrated Christmas and New Year's, and a snap of a finger, it seems like it's just already a month gone. But this is the way you kick it off. Mind you, got Sniper Elite jumping into Game Pass. There's quite a few games jumping in there, but I just want to reel it back in. I want to bring in the Welsh Gamer. Welsh, what a show. Again, 5 games, 2 super big surprises, because again, it's unbelievable because not only did we get a new Ninja Gaiden, but we got a remake of one of the best action games since the OG Xbox, and Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, following up Ninja Gaiden Black on the OG Xbox. It looks phenomenal. Wow. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, what a way to kick off the year. That's my first thought. I mean, like, we've literally just stepped into 2025 and already April, May, February with Avowed. Like, we're stacked. We're already covered for the next few months. Like, and we already know what's coming later in the year and next year. We're inundated, people. Xbox is in a good position, but when it comes to the developer direct, Ninja Gaiden, I said it during the show. I don't know if anyone could hear me. I'd never played a Ninja Gaiden before, so Christ, that is about to change today. Because once I get off here, I'll be downloading Ninja Gaiden Black off Game Pass right now. Honestly, as soon as we're done here, that is the first thing I'm going to do. That is changing today. That new Ninja Gaiden looks absolutely phenomenal as well. Just what a way to kick off the show. And then going in order, South of Midnight looked absolutely beautiful. I keep saying it. I don't know if it tickles everyone's pickle like it does me, but I just love the art style. I love the tone. I love the atmosphere. I don't know why it speaks to me. Like, I don't know if it speaks to my artistic nature because I like painting and stuff, and it literally looks like you're playing a canvas painting. But in any case, I'm really interested in that game. I'm very excited indeed. And then what did we have next? Expedition 33. Now, it's a funny one because when it comes to turn-based like games, turn-based RPGs in particular, it's never really been my bag. But the way they have implemented their play style with the real time, like you could see it in real, they even said in the developer direct, like behind the scenes, they said we had to fine tune so many different things because when we were testing it out to people, they were having trouble with it. We had to rework it, and now they're like really happy with where they've landed on it. And just watching, I'm not going to lie, if you'd said to me like an hour ago, like, oh, turn-based this, turn-based that, I probably would be like, I don't know. But after seeing it in action, I actually really want to play this game. Not only does the story and the graphics and everything about it look amazing, but even the combat, it's converted me. I'm actually really interested. That game, not that I wasn't interested in it before, but it certainly has my attention now. And then as for Doom, the Dark Age as well, goes without saying. One of you guys said exactly what I was thinking. Captain America, like Captain America Chainsaw Shield or something like that. Captain Devil Slayer. Like literally, honestly, I can't wait for that game, man. I can't wait for that game. It looks beautiful. It looks gory. It looks, oh man. But that whole show, if I didn't say it already, I'll say it again. Just what a way to kick off 2025. Like everything. I was really, really pleased with that. And that Shadow Drop is fantastic because I can't wait to play Ninja Gaiden Black.
Yeah, listen, again, I'm almost jealous for you that you haven't played it, but I have, to be fair, I haven't played Ninja Gaiden Black. I mean, well, Ninja Gaiden 2 since the Xbox, I think 360. So it's been a minute for me. I cannot wait to get back into it. Crispy Bomb, look, we had heard that a Marcus Phoenix collection could be one of the surprises. It didn't show up, which I think we may get in June. But even without something as potentially bombastic as that, this show is a 10 out of 10. I don't care how you try to slice it. You got a surprise. The surprise was rumored. Jez Corden had come out last week and he said we were getting a game from a legendary franchise and a legendary studio. There's no more legendary than Team Ninja, who has been around for decades, and Ninja Gaiden in Ryu Hayabusa, and we have a new character that we're going to be able to control. The game looks amazing. It's running in Unreal Engine 5. It's Game Pass day one. Doom looked amazing. South to Midnight looked amazing. Expedition 33 looked even more crazy than I could have ever wanted in a turn-based RPG. Wow. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Expedition 33 is not for me, but I'm not saying that it's not really smart, because we see all these card-based games and all these like strategic-based games coming, out and doing really well. You know what I mean? So you see that and you say like, okay, that makes total sense. That I completely understand. Like, we need variety, okay? And it's in Game Pass. Don't forget that. They told you that at the beginning. So then we get into Ninja Gaiden. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't that type of fan, and maybe I should kick myself in the head because I beat Devil May Cry 2 on the PlayStation. Okay, and it gave me the reminder of how incredibly and also extremely difficult that game was. All right, very difficult, but also when you got that kill, it was something special. And they really just showed us that in like a little 5-10 minute clip. Like, that's the type of thing I want to see. And the excitement, the smiles from the devs, like, hey, we got this. We know what we're doing. That's something that, like, I'm gonna go and download Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I don't, like, because you say Black, everybody says, Ninja Gaiden 2, one or the other. I don't understand that because I wasn't in that realm. I'm happy for you, Boom. I'm happy for anybody that's loves it. Umbra, like, you guys love these games. I've never played it. So maybe, Unreal Engine 5 now, like, now I get to see this on my TV.
Wait, you never played any of the Ninja Gaiden before?
I might have played one. I don't remember. Okay,
Wow.
like I don't
I'm
remember
jealous.
it like that.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't
man.
remember it like that because like I have my games that I love. Like you could say, oh, I played all the Super Marios up until SNES was like obsolete. And then I was like, Nintendo's not doing the right thing in my eyes, so I'm moving on to something else. And I went to PlayStation. That's what I'm saying. Like, like some of us haven't experienced some of these things. And this is what we're talking about. Like 2008, think about how many years ago that was. And
you're not alone, Crispy Bob. It totally went under my radar too.
Well, I mean, because like seriously, like when I played on PlayStation, I played Devil May Cry. Okay, I'm darn sure I beat 2. 1 might have been just hurt me. So then you go through that, and then you go and say, okay, like then we're gonna. And unfortunately, the stream didn't work very well. It's okay. Like I saw it. South of Midnight looks like a painting.
It does.
Like,
yeah,
I have
phenomenal.
never seen a game look more like a painting in my life until today. And it really, it's something like, because I live in the Northeast, and I understand South lore and all these weird things. Like they got snow the other day. Isn't that weird? But you look at it and you say, okay, like there are like folklore type things. Like we have folklore up here, but it's not the same. And I get to experience that. And also it looks like a painting. I mean, it really does. Like it's something I think I've never seen. And then, I mean, Sith, you want the answer. Sith Lord, he said, Doom or Halo. Me, it's Doom. As Doom Slayer, Doom Guy, whatever you want to call him, because they switched that up a couple times. But I mean, Doom the Dark Ages, my God. I mean, are they not on their A game? They are so on their A game. And you saw all the devs behind them when they ended that. Like they are ready to like blow the universe up in their, because mayhem. Chaos, all these things that, these are trigger words for some people, but it's a game, people. Like, relax. So, I just loved everything they did. And I think for this to be the beginning of the year, which we've called them out on multiple times, multiple years, you know what I'm saying? We have done that. And for them to do this and make sure, hey, we're ready. And you're not even talking about Avowed either. Is that going to get pushed back? If it got pushed back, though, should you be mad or should not you be mad?
Well, Avowed has already been confirmed, so yeah, I don't think they would be pushed back. Avowed is
so then we have that as well. So think about that.
Yeah,
like and we didn't. I thought we were going to see it. You know what I mean? We didn't. So I say, like, just wait till June, people.
Yeah.
This is the year, okay? Like, you're an Xbox gamer. You've held the line, as Mr. King would say, and you've tried to advance the line, but people get mad. Well, guess what? You held the line, and you're going to get all of this just right now in Game Pass. And I think that's something incredible, and also is going to be a challenge and a problem for every company that makes games in the future.
Yeah, I absolutely great points all around. Listen, Korkenstein, let's get your final thoughts. And I'm expecting the last to be the best. This was a powerful Xbox Developer Direct, a great way to start off the year. It is the first big show of 2025, and I think the sentiment, Cork, is that. And you and I got a chance to hang out in June with a bunch of content creators. We got a chance to get ourselves into the showcase. We watched it. We reacted to it. This is just the start of 2025, and we're not even out of the month yet. The first month of the year, June is around the corner. The lineup for Xbox Game Pass is stacked beyond belief. Avowed is an exclusive. Doom's a multi-plat. South of Midnight is an exclusive currently. Wow. I mean, this is the way you start the year. This is one of those draw the line in the sand and dare anyone to cross it kind of moments for Xbox. Let's get your thoughts.
It's muted. This is just an A+ showing from Xbox. I mean, they came in ready to go. Even Aaron Greenberg was like, we talked about it before the show started, just don't want to be late. And I'm glad we weren't, because that was just phenomenal. Like I even said during the thing, that gameplay just looks so smooth for Ninja Gaiden 4. Like, I made the joke. I was like, I got 4 eyes and I could barely keep up with the action. Like, it was just everywhere. It looks smooth. Ninja Gaiden Black 2 or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. I mean, come on, that just looks absolutely amazing. And it's Game Pass day one. It's already going around. That is going to be on PlayStation. I sent you guys the link. It is on PlayStation for $50. $50 or Game Pass day one. I need Hargeet to bring the Angry Pony video back up, because
I love it.
That is hilarious. So we get that game. DE in the chat, thank you for this. They actually said, there it is. There it is. Look at that. PlayStation gamer running. Like, no, $50. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, DE made the math. That's $290 out of this game that we get Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
Game Pass day one, $290 that we
Which,
get.
if you bought it full price, would be $240, and you're still saving $50.
Yep, and that's only for the start of the year. I got to say, I'm glad I was wrong. I think a week or two ago on your show, Boom, on Friday, Breakfast with Boom, I said I think this is going to be, a wider slate. I mean, that's 4 games that they're showing. 4 games they're showing, and it's all the beginning of the month. I thought it was going to be spread out. We haven't even gotten, like Umbra was saying, we have Call of Duty still to be coming out. Fable, which might come out. Avowed coming out next month. We got Outer Worlds 2, that's supposed to be coming out. And then whatever else they're going to show, supposedly we're going to get the Final Fantasy games this year as well. We're eating good for Xbox right now. Just being an Xbox consumer and a gamer in general, we are eating good. Meanwhile, you got other places canceling games. It's just insane what they showed today. I'll go through it. Yeah, like I said, I already talked about Ninja Gaiden. Claire, Expedition 33, just phenomenal. I love that style. That UI just looked absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The way they talked about the characters, the dark, kind of mature tones of the characters, just the way the game looked, the turn-based that they really put. I'm just laughing at Hargeet's video still. Just that the look of it, with the turn-based and the free roaming on it when you're in battle, it just looks just absolutely solid. And then Doom, come on, man. As soon as I heard that heavy metal breakdown, I wanted to start hardcore dancing in my, up in here, just getting wild with it. It was just awesome. It's what you expect from a Doom title. Like, if they 30 years, and they still capture that beautiful essence of what Doom is. And a giant mech, you're gonna be flying on a dragon. I don't know, after 30 years you keep reinventing something that's just keeps on giving like that. Overall, I can't see how anybody can say anything negative about this.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, where was the Final Fantasy? Everybody said Final Fantasy. I thought Final Fantasy, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Final Fantasy was gonna show up, but I thought Silksong too. I figured this would be the prime opportunity for Silksong. So I'll take my comeuppance. I was wrong. On those predictions. I thought Dishonored 3, but what to expect though? What we did get was solid, and all of that was speculation. That's the thing that people forget. This was speculation, guys. This wasn't us confirming. This wasn't people. Everything. If you're going to be mad at somebody, be mad at the influencers and content creators that were saying this stuff was coming, not what was actually going to come. That makes sense. So if anything, I thought this was absolutely an amazing showcase. A+ for what they showed. There was definitely still, even though I knew about, we knew about the Ninja Gaiden stuff, I didn't know about the black, which was a great surprise. I dropped in the chat. I guess the anthology for Doom is out right now as well.
Yep.
For $80. Doom 1 through 3, 64, all of the Eternals. Yeah, I thought they were gonna say something about that, but I guess they didn't. Yeah, just awesome show all around. Just A+. Keep doing what you're doing, Xbox, because you're starting off the year, the last 3 years in a row, A+.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is 10 out of 10. There's just no way to deny how powerful of a show this was for Xbox. Yes, if you are on someone that doesn't own an Xbox, I think there are a couple of games here that, and look, money is always going to be the contributing factor on whether you buy a particular game, whether you subscribe to a particular platform, or buy hardware. And I think the one thing that Xbox is doing, and you listen to old guys like me, we don't like it. You could have polled us 10 years ago, and I would have never had the the mental fortitude to guess that Xbox games would be on PlayStation. I would have thought that you were crazy. But I think we are coming to a crossroad that even if you are a PlayStation centric gamer, even if you are a centric Switch gamer and you're going to be upgrading to the Switch 2, there does come a point where, because Xbox is offering so many different ways to play an Xbox game, and not just investing into the hardware, not taking $500 out of your bank account or charging it onto your credit card, literally giving you an opportunity to play on PC, to play on tablet, to play on your TV, not to have to buy the hardware to get into Xbox Game Pass for $20 a month. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to look and say, you know what? Money in 2025 isn't much better than it was in 2024 or 2023. Things aren't getting any better. My paycheck isn't increasing, but eggs, milk, and rent is going up. Power, electricity is going up. My cell phone bill has gone up. And entertainment is usually one of the first things to go. And when you look at a show like this, gentlemen, and you see this many games all confirmed to have and include cross entitlement, you're going to get cross saves. You're going to be able to play it on Game Pass. You're going to be able to play it via the cloud. This is a time where I think people are going to start saying, I'm going to now try out this Xbox Game Pass because the value proposition is just too great to ignore moving forward. And again, if you are loaded like that, where spending $76.43 on the next game for Doom, that's going to be on your PS5, you're okay with that? Good. That's awesome. But I think that there is a value proposition that has been presented for years now, and even more so at this particular show, that can no longer be denied. The one that did the math in the chat, shout out to you. Who was that, Korkenstein?
DE.
DE, well, thank you, brother. First of all, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for doing the math for us live on the air. $290 gets you all of those games if you buy them outright, or $240 gets you a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And if you are a frugal gamer, I can give you a website right now that you can pay half of the $240. You could pay $128, I think it is, for 12 months of Xbox Game Pass on CD Keys. You can buy 2 6-month codes right now. And you're going to save a boatload of money. You're going to get those games day and date in the service. And you have won officially as a Xbox gamer / consumer. But let me just catch up with
Just
the
to,
one super.
Just to throw it out there while you look through that. I mean, at this point, because the argument has largely been, well, I like to own my games. I have been digital since Xbox One's the beginning of Xbox One. I do not care about having to have, it's mine in my collection. I got 600 plus games on Xbox. I got nearly 200 on Steam. I don't care about that. Give me these games through Game Pass. I think the whole overall thing as gamers, we kind of get this is mine, I own it thing. We get that thought. I am so beyond that.
Yeah, I got you.
That having Game Pass is so much more paramount than that thought, that you will be foolish, in my opinion, to say, hey, I'm going to ignore Game Pass. I'm just going to buy this game outright over there on this other platform or whatever it may be. But hey, if you got it, it's not tricking if you got it, as they would say. But I'm just saying, if I have the option of being able to use the service to do this, I'm going to use the service to do it.
As you should. As you should. Listen, if you want to buy the game, you get it at a discount through Game Pass. So you are still winning. If you want to own your games, I'm not going to argue with you. Go buy the game. And by the way, thanks to Korkenstein, I just dropped the link for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black in there if you want to start downloading it now. The link is live. Go hit on that link. I just started downloading it myself to my console. Shout out to you, Korkenstein. Listen, real quick, we have one super chat that comes away of Will the Insider Broke Boy Lewis, who was correct on his assumption that South of Midnight is going to be in April. He says, come on, at Crispy Bomb, you know that the PlayStation guys move the goalpost to fit that situation. They have first-party releases. Third-party doesn't matter. They don't have first-party releases. Third-party counts. And again, it's just one of those things. Look, there's going to be fanboys in every platform. Some are going to bend the knee when they're wrong. Others are just going to completely just try to drive the point home, whether it be use of negativity or not. Don't fall for the virtual banana and tailpipe, folks. Get excited. It is time to get excited about Xbox if you weren't already. Shout out to Nino Vestic, our generous friend from Hawaii, who has gifted one Double Barrel Gaming membership. That is very kind of you, as always. But gentlemen, let's get everyone out of here. Great show. I want to, of course, sell everyone's brand. We'll start with first our returning brother, the Welsh gamer, who helped me launch all those years ago the Xbox Factor podcast. Brother, you just started your new journey, or your new old journey, or your returning journey to, of course, content creation. We want to sell the brand of the Welsh gamer. Where could people subscribe to your YouTube channel, but more importantly, follow you on the socials?
Cheers, Boom. And again, thanks for having me on the show, brother. It was so much fun. Loved it. You'll definitely be seeing more of me this year. That's for damn sure. But as for me, the Welsh Gamer, check me out on YouTube. I've obviously my channel's been around for some time, but it's only really recently. I'm kind of doing a soft reboot, shall we say? So I've made 2 videos, and I'm going to try and put out a video every week. So by all means, go over, check out the videos I've done. I've done one about Halo Studios, and I've done one about the Xbox platform and where they're going in the future. So funny, we've touched on that a couple of times this evening, because that's actually a video that I worked really hard on. And by all means, hit me up on X. I'm just going to call it Twitter. It's easier to say Twitter. DM me on Twitter if you want me to cover anything in particular. Follow me, message me, whatever. But yeah, Boom, what a show. Proud of you, brother, for all the things you've achieved with this channel. Mate, you're going to go to astronomical heights. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm proud to be associated with you, because you are one of the real ones. Thanks again for having me.
That's very kind of you, brother. We look forward to working with you in the future. And again, we got to definitely get you on for some of the Xbox Factor podcasts so you can make your triumphant return for sure. Hargi Chani, brother, I know you got to get back to work. Let's sell your brand. Folks, if you didn't know, he wrote a book in 2024 called Emergence. The guy is on a bajillion podcasts, but more importantly, he does have his own YouTube channel, which is pretty damn cool. By all means, sell the brand of where they can subscribe to your YouTube channel, buy your book called Emergence, and more importantly, not follow you on social media.
Social media, right? Yeah, so my book, shop.johnny.us, check it out. It's a sci-fi novel. My channel is Hargi Chani 1 on YouTube if you want to subscribe there. I'll be on with C Money and Doodle tomorrow, nice. 8 p.m. US Eastern Time. That'll be On Point for Gamers is the channel. Check that out, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, appreciate you being here. Crispy Bomb, let's sell the brand, brother. Where can people follow you on social media and potentially reach out to you to get the hashtag Crispy Truth, sir?
At Crispy Bomb on X, Crispy Bomb 28 Xbox Live. Are we doing BWB tomorrow? We
Yes,
ready for it?
Yep, get ready. It's going to be a big one.
So you're going to get real, full-on thoughts from me tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank God I'm off this week. It's actually amazing.
That's three shows in 1 week. You're kind of returning to old form, sir.
You remember when I did 7 in 1 week?
do, yes.
That's really dumb. I'm sorry. If you are going into podcast, I just want to say this because you brought it up. Dude, don't do that. You're gonna melt your brain.
Yes,
Especially when
you
you're
will melt
talking
your
about
brain.
one specific topic like gaming. You're gonna melt your brain. Don't do it. Be strategic. But this is the week where Crispy comes back to his old form for a little bit and finds a way to do 3. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a lot of thoughts tomorrow. So you can find me there. And of course, I'm a BoomStick exclusive. I mean, there's nobody else that wants me on. Hey, okay. I call out PlayStation guys like, hey, like, you know, like you want me on, you want an Xbox guy on there, I'll go for it. They don't want it. Okay. So I'll be on Breakfast with Boom tomorrow. And then whatever happens after, it happens. We'll see you then.
Indeed, yeah. And tomorrow's going to be a super special because my 16-year-old, or wait, hold on a sec, 15-year-old nephew, Tyler, is going to be opening and closing Breakfast with Boom in his, quest to learn the podcasting business. As he said before, he wants to be a podcaster just like Theo. And I say, no, aim higher, way higher, kid. But he's going to be opening and closing the show tomorrow. I'm looking forward to him doing that. He's very excited to do that. Infinite Umbra, The Fix, happening this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, if you're in Chi-Town, it's going to be 7 p.m. their time. Big show to break down. I know you've already said you're going to get some gameplay to be running in the background of Ninja Gaiden Black 2 in Unreal Engine 5. Well, brother, sell your brand. Where can people check out the live show tonight? And more importantly, follow you on social media.
Can you take me higher? I was just hearing the part what you said about the nephew, but you did listen. We're gonna have it's gonna be a shorter show tonight. We're gonna go over everything we saw. I'm gonna get as much details as I can.
Yep.
On the games that were shown. I know the new co-protagonist in Ninja Gaiden 4 is Yakumo. So
yeah.
I'm super excited about the Ninja. That I'm telling you right there. That's everything else. I wish they would have shown this last, because everything else I was kind of like half in a daze for after seeing Ninja Gaiden 4. I was in there sitting there like, huh? Oh, okay, that's obscure expedition. Okay.
That's because you were blown away by not by one Ninja Gaiden, 2 Ninja Gaidens.
2 of them. And we know everybody speculated that there could be a secret drop, and we got it. And like you said, we got the shadow drop from perfectly from a ninja, right? The Azuna drop, in fact. But man, no, super excited. We're gonna have a good show. Danny hit me up a minute ago, funny enough. He's like, hey, we having a show tonight? And I'm like, yeah, because now I have to make an advert for this, right? But I was like, yeah. He's like, I didn't know if you were going to have a show or you could be playing Ninja Gaiden 2. And I'm like, shoot, you're half right. Almost like, you know what? We'll be back next week. But no, I figure we'll cover it. Why not? Because news moves so fast, we should get this out of the way. Definitely, we'll talk about it tonight. You guys come by tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. That's 7 o'clock Central for us. I think that would be for Pacific. That's what you are 2 hours behind Central. Yeah, so 5 o'clock rather, Pacific time. And we'll cover it. Probably, like I said, it'll be a shorter show, maybe an hour or so. I'm not sure how long as we go through this. As far as following me, of course, on Twitter and Blue Sky, whatever, Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite, you'll find me either way. Shout out to you guys, Korkenstein. Well, it's my first time, I think, having a panel with yourself. Crispy, of course, brother. And Boomer, you always doing your thing. And all love to the chat. You all get into the game and get destroyed like I'm about to until I get my motor functions back with Ninja Gaiden. And enjoy. And for those of first time players and doing it, don't give up easily. I know it's tough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. And the same go for you, Crispy. If you do try it, you're gonna get cut up a few times. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But don't give up, because the game is very rewarding, I would say. Very rewarding. And I just can't wait to see what it looks like in Unreal Engine 5 on my PC, because I'm playing it at the highest. I'm telling you that right now. Even though it's It's at 4K 120 on Xbox Series X, by the way. You all are not going to suffer over there, so let's just make that clear. But I'm playing it at the on the PC for mine to capture it. So yeah, but everybody come by tonight if you can.
Yep. Definitely stop by and check that out. Korkenstein, let's get your final thoughts on this, brother. Where can people subscribe to your YouTube channel? Check out Game Pass Gumbo, and more importantly, follow you on the socials. When is your show going live? And wow, what a show.
Yeah, so you guys, thanks again. Like I said, first time with the Welsh Gamer, absolutely awesome. Crispy's always awesome. Infinite, awesome. Your community boom with you, always great. Love podcasting with you guys. You guys can find me on social media, the Korkenstein. It's on Twitter, Blue Skies, Threads, all of the above. Yeah, Game Pass Gumbo. We're still talking. I think we were gonna try and get something, but like I told you, I'm actually heading to Japan coming up in the next week, so I will be probably gone for about 2 weeks. So if we do anything, it'll probably have to be after that. But yeah, we'll have some really cool stuff, especially with all these games. South of Midnight will probably have like a gumbo or jambalaya or crawfish or some kind of recipe going with that. Ninja Gaiden will have of course some Japanese fare. I may even take a lot of video for it while I'm in Japan. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Just check us out. Thanks again to everybody. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully soon.
Looking forward to that. And of course, that's going to do it for us here. Big thank you to all of the super chats and channel member chats that came in. We do appreciate it. And they do help fund the giveaways. I'm going to cut down the show itself and drop it as a video later on this evening, where it's just the reaction panel. So you'll get about 25 minutes of the reaction. If you missed it live, you could definitely check it out. I was literally working on the artwork for that thumbnail as we were speaking. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time, again, to tune in. I know that there were a lot of people doing it live. And again, when you're sharing that kind of space, the communities go everywhere. Again, it's all about supporting your favorite content creator, regardless of who that may be. And here at Double Barrel Gaming, we are incredibly thankful for the continued support. And of course, I'm going to close out the show with something that's incredibly important to me, folks. Hopefully one day it'll be important to you. And that's something that my dad taught us when we were kids. And he would say, Craig, treat others how you want to be treated. And also, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. You live by those rules, son. I can guarantee you're going to have an awesome day. So take care, everyone. And we'll see you next week on the newest episode of X Vlog Live.